Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brendan Smith with Batdorf and Bronson Coffee Roasters. Thank you for joining us for Coffee Talk today. Today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of important in the kitchen. We're going to be talking about cups and canisters. And I want to share a few of my favorite cups and a few of my favorite canisters. What I like about them, different styles, what their pros and cons are, so that you can make good decisions about what you put in your kitchen. And if you've got a question, please tune in. Please ask it in the comments. We love your questions, love to answer them. I'm going to give it just a minute so that people can join us, and in the meantime, I'm going to brew myself a cup of coffee. So we're at my home, so we're going to just brew a little coffee. And I tell you what, I will give you guys a little coffee brew angle so you can watch me brew some coffee. How's that sound? I think I'm going to do a V60. So again, today we're going to talk about cups and canisters. We're going to go over some of my favorites, talk about the pros and cons. I'd love to hear what you love about your favorite cup or your favorite canister. So let me know in the comments. And if you're part of our group, the Batdorf Boosters VIP Coffee Club, post a picture of your favorite cup or your favorite canister there so we can all see. All right. Filters are hiding on me. By the way, if you need to pick up the filters from the V60, they're on our website, batdorfcoffee.com. You can pick up all the tools that you need. So, thanks for tuning in. I've got some really interesting stuff today. I actually have done quite a personal study using just about every style of coffee canister that's out there. And I have a definite opinion on what I like and what I don't like. So hopefully that's helpful to you. I'm going to show you guys a fun trick. So this is one of the canisters. We sell these on our website. And inside, I placed the bag. Actually, Becky, if you're watching, Becky with Batdorf, she's the one who mentioned that she does this too. I thought it was a really good trick. So I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to So one trick when you're switching, I haven't been using the V60 lately. So one trick that's helpful is if you're switching coffees or switching grind settings, grind just a couple of beans to kind of purge out the grind. I'll switch it back to the main camera. While I do that, actually, let me give you there you go. All right, so I'm just going to do real quick V60. This isn't a V60 tutorial today, so I'm just going to brew at full speed while we wait for some folks to join. And then we're going to talk about what do we store our coffee in, what do we drink our coffee in, why do we like it? That being said, if you have a question about brewing in the V60, let me know. Because I'm always happy to answer brewing questions. I'm going to tear my scale to double check the coffee I'm putting in. By the way, this AeroPress funnel is fantastic. So I'm doing 30 grams of coffee. I know I said it's not a tutorial, but I can't help but tell you what I'm doing. Got my water nice and hot. I'm actually going to start the timer. Actually, I let my water cool off a little too much, so give it just a second. So while we're waiting for that, if you guys haven't already, we've got a special group on Facebook. It's okay if it covers me up because this is what's important right now. The Batdorf Boosters VIP Coffee Club. It's a place for education, exclusive offers, and discounts. It's also just a community space, right? I wanted there to be a group on Facebook because that's where most of us are, where we could chat about coffee. And also a place we can tell you about new coffees when they premiere, help you to get to know each other, get to know us more than a company as individuals. So we thought that would be a great thing. So if you join the group today, we actually have a group exclusive discount that is the best discount that we offer currently. So definitely join the Batdorf Boosters VIP Coffee Club. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'm going to be announcing a giveaway exclusively for members of that group today. So free to join, just a Facebook group. Jump in there, invite your coffee-loving friends. We would love to have you. And it's a nice place because it's kind of free form. You can post pictures of your morning cup of coffee. You can share in what you're loving, what you're excited about. It's just a neat little space on the interwebs. So I'm going to start a timer just so I can keep track of things. And I'm going to go ahead and pour. I like to pour twice the throw weight, 2 to 3 times. But basically the way I eyeball it is I just get all the coffee wet. And so for me, that ended up at 59 grams. So that's about right. Take that off the screen. I'm going to let that do its thing for a minute. By do its thing, I mean I'm letting the coffee bloom. Coffee can hold about twice its own weight. So it's not really dripping much through. All right, it's been long enough, 30 to 45 seconds. Just going to fill this bad boy up pretty much all the way to the top. And the reason we're doing that is because we want that thermal retention. We want this to stay as hot as possible. So I'm going to go up to 300 grams total weight. And now, I'm just going to take the whole thing and give it a little swirl. And what that's doing is that's knocking any coffee off the side to make sure that everything is participating in the brew. Okay. So while that's finishing up, let me put a couple of mugs on display here. Because really, we're here to talk about mugs and we're here to talk about coffee canisters. So I'm going to switch it down here. Get this stuff out of the way. These are a few mugs that I brought, coffee cups. So I'm about 2 minutes, 15 seconds in my brew. I'm waiting until I can kind of see the bed of coffee or close to it. And then I'm gonna pour that out. Let's take a look at the chat, see if anybody has any comments. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, so we're waiting for messages. So leave me a comment if you got a question or a thought. Okay, I can see my coffee. I'm gonna put the rest of the water in, hitting all the dark spots, just kind of gentle concentric circles. not try to disturb the bed too much. And this will go up to 500 grams, which again, pretty much will fill this thing up. So what's nice about this brew method is it keeps the thermal mass pretty high, and that helps you to not lose too much heat. I'm just going to scrape the edge just to make sure there's nothing else, but I'm not really stirring. And that's it, I'll let it drain. So while that drains, let's get into the meat of the program today. So today I brought with me a few different cups and a few different canisters, a few different styles. Let's start with cups. I think the canisters are the most interesting part, so I'll save that for just a minute or so. This is our Cambria mug, which I love. Comes in orange. Let's see. Oh, I think the blue one's in the dishwasher. There is a blue one. Let's see, shall we? No, I don't know. There's a blue one. The blue one's really nice too. We also have, these are keep cups. Keep cups are neat because keep cups were designed by a barista. They have a really wide opening. It's a 10-ounce cup. It's got this nice place to hold the coffee so you don't burn your hands. But it's nice and wide so you can actually pour latte art in. So if you want a cappuccino, you can bring your keep cup when you go to the cafe. And then it closes like that. It's got a nice, it feels really good on the lip to drink out of. But then if you slide this over, it'll keep it warm. And it just kind of locks into place there. Really easy to use, really, really neat. Sustainably produced, great little cup. What else? This is the classic diner mug. We have this in Batdorf and Bronson and Dancing Goat's Coffee Bars version. This is the mug I drink out of most days. I love it. They're very inexpensive. They feel great in the hand. They've got a little weight to them, which I really like. Let's go there. Here's an interesting one. This little doohickey is a reusable, sustainably produced cup that's just plastic. So it can't break, but it looks just like our paper cups. And I love these. They're very inexpensive. I think we sell these for like $1 or $2, or don't quote me on that, but in the cafes we'll sell these. And they're awesome. You wouldn't think that this would become the cup you grab running out the door, but it absolutely becomes the cup you grab running out the door all the time. My wife likes to take this one to work when she was commuting to work. This is another little 5-ounce cup. I brought this one. It's actually not one of our cups. It's one that our friends, I'd like to submit this for your flatbed challenge review. Our friends who put on the Charleston Coffee Fest, which Batdorf was at back in February, used these as the tasting cups. So if you went to the event, you got this tasting cup as a souvenir, and you went around and kind of refilled it with whatever coffees you wanted to try. I like it because I like a small cup sometimes so that I can drink the coffee right away before it's very hot. So I'm going to try this Mocha Java. It's so good. Oh man, I love this coffee. It's our Mocha Java blend. All of our coffees are available on batdorfcoffee.com. They've got, this one has, actually this one's not available right now. It's funny that I chose that. Sorry guys. But what is available is another coffee that has similar flavor profile, our Guji. So the Ethiopia Sidamo Guji is the coffee I'm most excited about right now. You can get that one at batdorfcoffee.com. That's a great choice. Let me know in the comments what you're drinking. I'd love to chat with you. Okay, all right, so that's that one. And then this is an interesting cup. This one is lightweight. It's double walled, so it insulates from the heat. So there's no handle, but you can hold it and it never gets too hot because there's space between the interior area where the coffee is and the exterior area. It doesn't keep the coffee hot for, hours like a thermos would, but it keeps it hot much longer than you would expect. And so I'll make that the main view. I really like this one for that. They are breakable. I had a set of 2, now I have 1. But they're inexpensive, work really well. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
You guys want to say hi to my wife? Come on. This is Pam. They can see you through there.
Okay.
Stand up.
I just wanted to say hi to Lucy and Mitch because they tuned in.
Hey, Lucy. Hey, Mitch. Pam's rocking the blue cup shirt. Matches the blue cup.
Matchy match.
Yeah, isn't this a good one for like just running out the door, taking to work?
Oh yeah, I love this one. When I was commuting every day, he would send me to work at JLL with one of these little reusable lidded cups, and they're my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Always collect them in my car.
Yeah. And you don't worry about them because they're inexpensive.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Thanks, sweetheart. So Lucy wanted to know about that pink pretty glass one.
Yeah, this is actually, I think this is called a cortado glass. I put it out here because it's pretty. It's made by a company, some friends of ours at Not Neutral. They make really, really great glassware. It's kind of intended for an espresso bar. So this is something you would serve a cortado, which is like a 4.5 ounce espresso and milk drink. Really great drink. It's kind of equal parts espresso and milk, hence the name cortado, which means cut. Espresso is cut with the milk. So great little glass. They make them in kind of normal look. They make this, I think they call it rose gold or rose or something. And then they also have smoked glass, which looks pretty dope.
What brand did you say it was again?
They're called Not Neutral.
Not Neutral.
Not Neutral. But we also have some other ones that I don't have here. If you go to batdorfcoffee.com, which is our website, we'll put that link in the comments. If you go to batdorfcoffee.com, you can find all of these under gifts and accessories. There you go. Link is in the comments. And you can get most of these here. This is another one. This was a seasonal version with a polar bear. But we have this available in gray and I think blue. This is a great to-go option that's reusable, that keeps the coffee hot, but that will fit in your cup holder. So I really like this one. And we've got several more. We've got City Pride ones for Atlanta and Olympia. So for our home bases of Atlanta and Olympia, we've got some City Pride ones on there that have your city listed and lots of other stuff. So check those out. Those are the mugs that I brought with me today, what I like to drink out of. Now, let's move on to the meat of this, because the meat of it is, what do you store your coffee in? There's a few things you can store your coffee in. One of them is just the bag. So I've got a bag of coffee here. You can just put it in your cupboard. The problem with doing that, though, is that coffee is an agricultural product. It's a fresh product, and because of that, oxygen really shortens the freshness of the coffee. So if we can make it so that the coffee has less access to oxygen and to light, we can preserve that freshness longer. It sounds like it's being real particular, but trust me when I say a 5-month-old bag of coffee that hasn't been exposed to oxygen in 5 months is fresher than a 3-week-old bag of coffee that's just kind of rolled up and left on the counter. And I've done that experiment. So I'm going to show you a few that I use or have used. Maybe I'll go in chronological order. So I'm gonna switch cameras here. This is an old canister. We'll move the cutting board out of the way. This is an old canister that I've had forever. I kind of love it. It's in the middle, and it's got a little seal. So when you push it down, it's airtight. But that's it. Ceramic, it holds about a pound of coffee. Pretty straightforward. The modern sort of version of that idea looks like this. These canisters are the style that have a pop top. These are OXO good grips. Same idea, they have a little seal. When you push the top though, it pushes it out. And so it forms a seal. It doesn't let any more air in. And you can do that a couple of ways. You can just store your beans in there, like this. This is a larger size. Or you can just put the bag in there and store the whole thing. This is definitely preferable to keeping your coffee just on the counter. Fairly inexpensive, but not significantly less expensive than the other options out there. This next option, one that we carry, this is called an airscape container. We have them in black and white. What it does is it allows you to push all the air out. So there's a little handle there, and I pull, the air evacuates. When I push this in, as I push down, it's pushing the air out, it's displacing it. And I go all the way down to where the coffee is, fold this little handle down, and now if you pull, it won't come out. Just pull it out, make the handle straight, pulls right out. It's dead simple. It takes 1 second, and you have fresh coffee. And then you put this little lid on there, which has an additional little ring around it. Like I showed you in the beginning, you can take just your label or your bag, stick it in here, and you'll know what coffee's there because it's not actually on top of the coffee. So I like doing that because I always forget what I put in there. If you want to be fun, order a light roast and a dark roast, and you've got your respective containers. So that's a cool one. You can find that on our website under gifts and accessories. The airscape containers are awesome. Well worth the investment. And then this last one is the last style. This one, basically what you do is you put your coffee inside, you put your lid on, you line it up, and you twist until this little button depresses and you see a green light. And what this is doing is it's actually evacuating all of the air. There, got it. I don't know if you can see, but you can see a little green underneath that little, right there. It's evacuating the air from the canister. So this pushes it straight out as you push down. There could still be a little bit of air trapped among the beans. This one is, because it's using the interior piece to displace all the air down to the beans, but there could still be a little oxygen trapped in here. This one actually pumps it out. So probably a hair better in terms of how little O2 is left in here. That being said, I've used both of these for an extensive period of time, and the Airscape is my preference. In testing and tasting, I have not found a freshness difference that's perceivable between the two. And the act of twisting this 15 to 30 times every time you replace the lid just gets a little annoying. It's okay. It works well. It's a good product. But at the end of the day, and I would use it, right? I do use it. But at the end of the day, I find the Airscape to be just a little bit easier, and I don't see a major difference. I do see a difference between this and just keeping it in one of these. Now this is better than nothing, but this really takes it to the next level, keeps it fresher, longer. If you're one of those folks who doesn't have a grinder, no problem. We can grind the coffee for you. To order, you need something like this even more, right? Because ground coffee goes stale much quicker. Think of the coffee bean as like holding all of these flavors inside of it, right? All the aroma. When you smell whole coffee beans, they can smell good. But when you grind them, they can smell amazing. And because you're smelling more, that means there's more being released into the atmosphere. And that means that the coffee is effectively accelerating the process of losing all of that flavor, all those volatile compounds that waft up to your nose and smell so great, which is why ideally you leave your coffee whole bean and you grind it right before you brew. That's our preference. It's kind of the best practice. If you don't have a grinder though, or even if you have a little inexpensive blade grinder, which really doesn't do a great job for coffee, because it chops and re-chops the same coffee over and over again, and that can lead to a lack of uniformity, which can impede proper extraction. You want to get a good burr grinder. We have some on our website if you look under grinders. I love the Bronson Encore, which is sitting back here. Great little grinder, very inexpensive, and it'll last you forever. If you don't want to get a grinder though, we're happy to grind it for you, and we have the best grinders in the industry, which means we're going to have a precision grind that really will lead to an even better brew. However, that clock starts to tick a little bit faster when all your coffee is ground. So get yourself some kind of a container to keep your coffee fresh, and it'll go a long way towards making that coffee last throughout the week that you're drinking it. Okay? And again, if you have questions, let me look in the comments here. We'll be happy to answer them. Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, those are the styles. Again, just recapping. We have your pop top style. Well, we have your just has a seal around it style. We have your pop top, which forces the seal to make a better seal. A little bit better. We have your Airscape, which pushes the air out, and it's 1 second to get in. And then we have your vacuum style, which when you push it, you can hear the air coming out. That vacuums all the air out. It's just a little more work. Okay, it's done. It's a little more work, but that's okay. Remember, if you're watching and you've tuned in this long, I'm going to throw a coupon on the screen just for you. Go to our website. If you want to order any of this stuff, we'll give you 10% off. Just use the code WATCHANDLEARN10. It's batdorfcoffee.com. And yeah, anything you order, 10% off just for tuning in today. Also, if you go to Facebook, you can join the Batdorf Boosters VIP Coffee Club. And I've got a coupon that's even more valuable in there. Now, you can't use it more than once, and it's really limited. It's only for people that are in the group. So jump in the group, and you can take advantage of that coupon. I'm not even going to give the code out on air. because we really love the group. It's a great place to post your morning mug shot, picture of your cup of coffee. It's very community driven. It's not about us just talking to you. It's about talking with each other, getting to know what you like, answering your questions, giving you sneak peeks and exclusive offers. Speaking of sharing your morning coffee, if you join the group, this is what I'm going to ask. Go ahead and join the Facebook group. And then take a picture of your morning coffee tomorrow. Post it to the group. You can use hashtag morning mugshot, however you want to set it up. What I'm going to do is we're going to do a little promotion. I'm going to take that image off the screen so you can see me. We're going to do a little promotion, and we're going to give away a mug to somebody that posts a picture of their morning coffee over the next week. So we'll announce that in the group later today or tomorrow, but you're getting the sneak preview here. Plan to post a picture of your morning mug shot in the Batdorf Boosters VIP Coffee Club, and you could win a free mug. And if you already have that style of mug, we'll send you a different one. So yeah, how's that sound? Cool, any questions? Let me look in the comments here. Joe Corey loves the Bolivian. Yeah, love, love, love. Our Buena Vista. It's an organic Bolivian coffee. It is fantastic. Thank you, Joe. Really appreciate that. And any other questions? Yeah, mug shots in the morning. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in again. My name is Brendan Smith with Batdorf and Bronson Coffee Roasters. You can find us at batdorfcoffee.com. All of our coffee is freshly roasted to order. Whatever you order today, we will roast it and ship it to you tomorrow. And you won't believe the difference it makes. So we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with you soon. Take care, everyone.